Welcome, welcome. We are here today for the second part of Single and Dating in the DMV with Time for a Change. And guess who's in the house today? McYon is in the house.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
She's back after playing hooky last week.
It was a good hooky, though.
Yes, it was. Tell us what you did last week, what you were involved in.
Oh my goodness. I had went to a roundtable discussion on domestic violence with council member Sharice Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what they're doing, they're basically coming back to the grassroots organizations in the community, finding out what are their issues and their obstacles and what do they need to be able to make these services work for their constituents. So it was a great meeting. I mean, it was a lot of the community activists was out there, a lot of social activists and everything, people just adding their part to the piece. And what came out of that is that they're actually going to put together a task force to be able to, with all these organizations, so we can come together and present something to the city council and DC Muriel Bowser about getting funding for these organizations to be able to help run these programs. So it was awesome. It's definitely the beginning, but I look forward to many more meetings and a lot of progress to come out of that.
Exactly. Like I told you guys last week at Time for a Change, we're not just about talking on the mic. We're about walking the walk. We're going to talk the talk. We're going to walk the walk, right?
Yes.
So that means that we have bills to pass and what is it called? You said task force to write
task
up.
force.
Yeah, we have work to do.
Yes,
so
we do.
we're not just sitting back just behind the mic. We're actually putting in some work. And I want to congratulate McYon on her award that she won for her documentary that she was in. It's called Lead the Way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Lead the Way
Thank you.
documentary. I think a couple people may have seen it on my Facebook page. I think you can just look up Lead the Way documentary on domestic abuse and domestic violence. And McYon is in that, and they've won 3 local small film awards. And so yeah, it's doing big things. So we want to congratulate her on that.
Thank you.
Our big star. If you want autographs, you can get that.
You.
You can get autographs after the show.
And thank you so much, Shirley. I definitely appreciate you. Yesterday you was there as I had received that honor.
Yeah.
It was just awesome to
It
me.
was.
I had worked on that project back in 2015 when I went up
wow.
to Princeton University to do the filming.
Mhm.
And now for it to come about now, and they have already went to so many different film festivals.
Yeah.
And it's winning.
Mhm.
And it's winning. I was talking to the producer and the writer today, and she was like, basically what they're working on now is that they're trying to work on the deals of actually getting it in theaters.
Wow.
So I am excited
Wow.
about that.
Look at God.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, look
Look
at him
at
right
you.
doing his thing, right?
Amen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was excited yesterday when the lady asked me for my autograph.
She sure
I looked at
did.
Shuri, I said,
And I took a picture too. I took that
I'm like,
picture.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
All
We had to
right.
get that one real quick.
Real quick.
Most definitely.
But yeah, so we're back for the second part of Single and Dating in the DMV. Of course, we have a studio audience with us. Yay!
Yay!
Sound effects. Okay, so so we have a nice group of people here with us today. I want each of you to introduce yourself really quickly and tell us whether you're from the DMV or whatever you'd like for us to know. So go ahead.
I'm Antonio Joseph Smith Jr. I go by the stage name Tone Butter. I'm a DMV soul rap artist, actor, model, spoken word poet, man of many hats, man of many God-given gifts.
Amen.
All right
Yes,
now.
He does it all. He
You hear
does
that,
it all.
lady? Hey, you single?
And he's single.
Single.
Hey, you single?
Single and waiting.
Oh, Lord.
Single and
You
waiting.
hear that, ladies?
Hi, I'm Georgette JoJo Cunningham. They call me JoJo because that's easy to say.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have several businesses, health and wellness, and also like a jewelry business.
Mm.
Yes, JoJo. She be doing it out
Okay.
here.
That's
She's
what's up.
definitely doing it.
My name is Chris, also known as Chop the Butcher. I'm a local DJ.
Same guy that was here last week,
Yeah,
y'all.
same food that was in last. And I'm originally from Washington area, southeast particularly.
Okay, Sophie's yes, Sophie's.
So, and everybody knows McYon.
Yes, John.
But yeah, so we'll get started because it looked like last week that we needed more time. Yeah, we talked until the last minute. So let's go ahead and jump into this single and dating in the DMV. So I'm gonna just throw out a topic or a question, and then we can go from there because like last week the conversation went left. Okay, it did not stay on target at all. But I want to talk about today agreeing to agree on a few things. That's what Roland ended us with last week. That as a newly dating couple, right? We just need to agree on the few things that we agree on and not focus on the negative things. If maybe we could possibly do that, will it work? You know, is it possible that it could work? Because we were talking about goal setting, how Jada Pinkett Smith and her husband set goals for their marriage and how it allows them to always reach a target. And once they reach that target, they know that it's time that we need to start setting more goals. And they did that for the entire family unit, but not only just for the family unit, but for them as well.
Right.
Because Chris didn't like this too much, but it turned into a business instead of a business relationship instead of a marriage. But as you can see, we disagreed because we felt like they were still having fun though. They're still having fun, you know what I mean? But you have to have a goal. Right. So I want to talk about that, agreeing to agree on a few things and leaving the negative behind. And maybe the fellas, what is an automatic turnoff? And outside of social media, dating, clubs, church, where are other good areas and ways to meet people?
That's interesting.
That's
very interesting.
So let's talk about the contract part. That's
the
very
contract. That's right.
Yeah, that's a very interesting piece.
Because I'm gonna have
there.
you sign something.
Because you know what? Because I know, like, it's like culturally, we as African Americans, a lot of African American people look at marriage as a contract. But when you start looking at other cultures and how they look at marriage, they look at marriage spiritually.
Right.
They're looking for a spiritual partner, someone that can help them grow, someone that they can have godly offsprings with, raise children.
Right.
So it depends on how you look at marriage and where you come from. Because a lot of people are getting married just because another income, they can get a bigger house. It's not even about the relationship, it's how they look to the outside world. So
that's real.
It all depends on how you look at it and what do you want out of this relationship that you're looking for, and what do it look like to you? Because it looks different to each and every different person. So we have to find that out. And when you're out here dating someone, you have to ask those questions. You have to make sure that you're even the different type of people that you're dating. You have to know what do they want from a relationship, and do we agree, and should we even look at this as a relationship? A lot of times people go on 6 dates and they may think they're in a relationship,
and that's what we were talking about too. And
never had the conversation.
When did you establish that this was
I mean, you know, the understanding of where we going.
What are we?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What is that?
You don't want to have the conversation.
I have no problem with the conversation. I have no problem with it. It's just, like I said before, it seemed like it's more of a business contract or whatever. It's like, why can't we just enjoy each other and have fun? Not to say that we're going to be doing this forever, but I'm just saying, why can't we just enjoy each other, have fun, and just see where it goes? Now, if somebody's feelings is a little bit more into it than the other, then of course have that conversation. I have no problem with it. But just let it happen naturally.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. I
Basically saying becoming friends first. Yeah, exactly.
And see what this leads to.
Exactly.
And not coming in saying, oh my God, are you my husband?
Are
you my wife? You know, from the get-go.
Let's jump from there. We just met the husband. What are you talking about? Come on,
that's
man.
real.
That's true.
Well, I'm going to approach you and I'm going to say what I'm expecting. I just believe that you have to say what you want. You have to say, I I have if we're talking, no, not of course at the first
I'm
date.
saying like how.
But if we go on a
That'll mess the date up on the
Because
first
you
day.
know-
Then you talking about so
you
how
know-
many children you want, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't know
I'm
if
just
maybe
gonna
I'm sorry.
state.
I'm sorry.
you know Roland.
Exactly.
I'm just I was trying to put my foot up there, but it won't work.
Maybe a
But
baked
I was
potato.
so Roland said last week about how Pastor Jenkins is in everybody's house, and that is I guess so because yeah, I just truly believe that in the beginning, if we're not having these serious conversations in the beginning, I don't have time. I really don't.
Right,
And
right.
I feel like if I can't say to you, even over if we're at dinner and we're just having general conversation and we're talking, what else is there to talk about
Right.
except for where we're going?
Right.
And not
right.
necessarily as a couple, but me as a person.
Yeah,
So
like-
if you're not interested in where I'm going as a person, then I'm just not interested in wasting my time. Because what else is there to talk about in the first, let's say, 5 dates? What else? What else? Now, when I was younger, what we talked about was what? Yeah, well, this is what I can do. Like, what can you do? Whatever. You ain't ready. You know you're not ready. Whatever. Don't take me there. Right? I'm 40.
Right.
So I'm not going to
Older,
have those
yes.
same conversations.
Right,
So I'm
right.
not interested in knowing what you can do for me.
Right.
But what I am interested in saying is, hey, you know what? Oh my goodness, this is what you do. Oh my gosh, this is what I do. Guess what? We can go here. We can take this there. I'm interested in seeing the potential this relationship has to move forward. And I think that's the difference when we were talking last week on, on independent women. Because I'm not interested in talk. What else is there to know? All of that other stuff is going to come along with it. It's going to come with it.
True.
You know what I mean? And I'm not, that's just me, personally. Like, yeah, I'm going to let you know where I'm coming from. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you know.
This is the question I have.
Maybe that's why I'm
What's the time frame are we talking? Because are we talking like you're talking about a serious relationship within 6 months?
No, the first 5 days. I mean,
But hold on, let's break
First
these
five.
dates
that's how you
down.
were talking like the first 5 days.
Well, let's break because you can go on a date 5 times in a week. You can go on a date 5 times, 5 times once a month for 5 months. You know what I'm saying? What is the time limit to where okay, you're going on dates, you're going out this, that, and the third.
Steve Harvey said 90 days.
Oh, here we go with that 90 days.
90 day
Oh my
rule.
God, 90 days. I'm so tired of that. Man, come on. Ain't nobody waiting for no 90 days.
To do what? Have sex?
That's movies.
Ain't that what the 90 days was in the movie?
It's gonna be have sex, definitely.
Okay, look, the sex thing, okay, it's cool, but I'm not really I'm looking for. But I'm just saying, you can't put a time limit on how you feel
can't.
and what you
You
want to
can't.
do.
It's fictitious, man.
Well, I know sometimes if you put a time frame on, you do weed out a lot of pranksters because a lot of pranksters ain't gonna wait around
That's right.
for this time frame. So if
That's
you can
right.
set yourself to certain time frames before you allow certain things to come into this relationship that whatever we have going on, it weeds out a lot. Now some do filter through, but the majority of them, you will weed them out.
Right.
Linda said that
Right.
the time frame should be dependent on the two people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's what I. That's what I
I
think.
think age plays a lot in it.
True.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we getting older. I'm not going to be dating you for 6 months to a year, and we not even talk about a commitment. No, because he was
After
saying,
6 months, we got to talk about a commitment?
yeah, you're not going to
6
waste my
months.
time.
6 months.
We
It's
need
kind
to
of a
know
long
what-
time.
Because why should I waste 2 years, a year, 2 years
Okay.
on you when I could have found somebody
You
else?
blocking your blessing.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
right.
like you holding me.
Well, I'm
because
thinking-
as long as we dating, we seeing each other, I'm getting more feelings.
But no, I'm
And-
thinking
and
if we're
maybe vice
dating,
versa.
you're dating me, but you also you've had friends before me. You're gonna have friends after me, so you can date other people.
No, you
Uh-uh,
date other
see,
people.
So
No,
now we're
no,
talking.
no,
So
I'm-
now we're
no.
talking
No,
exclusive dating.
no, we not.
He-
We ain't
But
doing
see,
that.
she's talking exclusive dating, and he's saying just dating, that
Dating.
you're still allowed to
I'm
have
saying-
other people that you're dating.
Yeah, you have
Until-
people that
yeah.
that okay,
Serial
dating may be a
daters.
strong word. Maybe it's like you have people that you go out with. So you know what I'm saying? If you're getting serious about one person, then yeah, you can do that. But I'm not expecting me and you just the ones that's going out. I know you got friends. Go ahead, hang out, do what you gonna do.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But you know
Well,
what I'm
see,
saying?
that's when you just differentiate just out there and somebody that's serious.
Yeah.
Because somebody that's serious, You know, like I tell guys all the time, you go on, if you want the ghetto girl, go get her. Okay? Because I'm not gonna be that girl. You know what I'm saying? You have to come. That's what we were talking about, like independent women, right? Michael Bazin was talking about that today. Independent women. It's something about, you can't come to us and say, oh, I'm dating. I know you got friends. You got friends. I got friends. Guess what? You're going to do you. I'm going to do me. That's not what we're trying to talk about.
But I'm not
We want-
saying going out and sleeping with. I'm just saying
If you
do
want to be
you, you're
single,
hanging out.
but if you want to do you shouldn't. It's not dating.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not dating.
But shouldn't you?
That is-
Shouldn't
that-
you ask the question? Shouldn't the question?
That's
say-
right. So the
But
question
when
will
you
come
first
up.
start with somebody, you pass 5 or 6, 7 days. The question should be not.
Are we dating exclusively?
What are we doing exclusive?
Right.
Or we doing other
Right.
people?
So
That's
that
the
it
first
has to
building
come
step.
up. It has to come up.
Okay.
Because you can't do you and expect me to sit there like, oh, okay. Well, we going out though, but okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you gonna say-
confused.
I'm
Well,
confused.
hold on, you said last week that you wouldn't mind having somebody somewhere else.
No,
can-
I said he can't live with me.
Oh, now that's
we
not
ain't
gonna
talking
happen.
about that. We ain't
No,
even
he
moving
can't
in.
live
If you're in a relationship with somebody and eventually it gets,
You can't.
y'all gonna live together
No,
eventually.
we might stay often, but at this point in my life, you can't come live with me. That's not
An option.
That's
And
not
see,
an option.
And like that right
I
there,
told
what she's
you, I
saying,
did the
those
liver
are the things
thing.
that needs to be discussed
Yeah.
with somebody when you're talking with
Those
them,
two
because you
people.
have people
Yeah.
who think differently. Some people think that, okay, we're dating, we need to live together
Eventually.
automatically.
That's
No,
not
I'm not
happening.
saying live
They,
with, no,
they,
not
I ain't
automatic.
saying, I'm just saying they
speaking in
think that
general.
eventually we move in together. Not even talking about marriage. Since we're now in a relationship together, okay, let's go get a place together. We're automatically moving in. It's some people who think that. And I even know some guys who say that, be like, please, if I'm with a girl or a woman and we're dating, we living together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She not having her own place over there and I'm over here. We're going to move in together.
Well,
And then you-
eventually.
Yeah, that's the process. That's
but
the next step.
but,
Yeah, that's the process.
this is that's not the process. Because for me right now in my life, I'm not living with nobody,
Right,
and I'm
right.
married. I'm staying in my own single place by myself until I walk down the aisle and say I
Right,
do,
right.
and we move into a place together.
Well, wouldn't you like to see if you can actually
No.
Been there,
cohabitat
tried that.
with
Been
that-
there, tried that. It gonna leave nothing.
But you
Nothing.
can tell that because if you going over his house or he coming to your house
And you seeing how
you
you-
might be there for a week.
Yeah.
So you already seeing.
I think we got some hearts on Facebook for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be clean.
Yeah.
You know,
You
if
can
you know how
tell.
to cook, you can tell all of that because you're gonna be around that.
Well,
person.
yeah, you'll see it after a while, but eventually, somehow, some way, before the marriage,
No,
Yeah.
no,
you're
no.
gonna be
That's
living
not
with
happening.
My
each other
opinion,
somehow.
my opinion is, I don't think nothing should be rushed. I think that society has twisted the meaning of dating and how we date and what people are actually looking for. Like I was taught when I was younger that dating was actually when you set a date for you to be married, and during that process you get to know each other, and you know what I mean. That's what I was taught when I was younger.
That's a good one.
As a lot of people have took God out of coming together in relationship wise. So we're doing
Talked
our
about
own
that last
thing, and we
week.
wonder why you suffocating
We
in
talked
these
about that last
relationships
week.
and
Go on,
situations. that we're
Antonio.
in. You know what I'm saying? So, as I'm a young man,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, but I have experienced a lot. Not marriage yet, but I didn't even believe in marriage until I got saved because I never seen a real marriage. Even my mother and father, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into all that, but I never seen a real marriage. So it was like, why should I get married? Why should I struggle with one person when I can go out here and do my thing and have about 7 of them? That was the way I was looking at it before I started following God. And he started showing me like, marriage is a covenant with me. When two
Okay.
people come together, they come together for my glory.
See?
That's right.
For my purpose.
That's right.
So if there's no purpose, if my purpose is not in that
In that,
relationship, then
There's
it
no
does not need,
relationship.
it's no relationship
It's no
at all.
relationship.
You're doing your own thing. And anything that we do on our own without God is always going to fall
And that
short.
goes back to
See?
and that goes back to playing house in those relationships
Right.
where you
Shacking
are
up.
moving in before
Right.
marriage
Right.
and you going through all those typical things and all the abuse and things that go on in that setting. It's just not right. So anything that's not right of God,
Right.
it's going to fail. And so
Right.
this time in life, I want to do it according to what God says.
Exactly.
Let's try that. Let's do it
Exactly.
according to what He said to do it. Wait on that.
Exactly.
Wait on it. It's plenty of marriages that you still got marriages, people married 50 years who have never
Been
moved
happy.
in with their wife or husband to the day after marriage.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
that
Yeah.
goes back to last week. Remember when we were
Yes.
talking about the process of order?
That's it.
Order.
That's it.
And
That's
it's an
it.
order. You can't do things out of order
That's it.
and then expect things to fall in place.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Amen.
So
I'll
that's
catch up on
that
the end.
goes- that
Catch up on
goes-
the other side.
Amen.
yeah. So you can't come live with me, but you the same one that was just saying we don't even need to establish. You gonna do you. I'm gonna do me.
No,
You gonna have friends. I'm have friends. And then at the same time you say, oh okay, but eventually y'all gonna live together. See,
No, eventually,
see,
it's-
no, that can't happen like that. no, that can't happen like that. And see, like I told you, a lot of women out here, that especially the older women, we've already played house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We
played
can't
house.
play house no
we
more.
played house. We got you established. We did all of that good stuff. Some of us were crazy enough to go into retirements and start your business.
Yeah.
Okay? So yes.
And he
So
still didn't pack
we're
up
not
and did
playing
whatever
house.
he wanted to do
Right.
and
We're not
go.
doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing
Talking
that.
about we.
Yeah.
I ain't never said we was gonna get married, baby.
Right. I ain't never said that. Or they go get you the ring just to hush you up.
Oh yeah,
Right.
plenty of
Yeah,
them
oh,
do that,
plenty
and
get that.
even marry you just to hush
Just
you
to
up.
hush you up.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
But you know, I just truly believe we're supposed to follow our spirit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can feel it.
Yeah.
Like it's a feeling. It's
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you feel it in your soul when you meet that person that you're supposed to be with.
Right.
Right.
So, right. Like I'm over 40, so I'm dating for marriage.
Right.
So
Right.
it's coming up. I'm like, her. We gonna talk about this.
Right.
Right.
I'm sorry. On the first day.
She say, I'm sorry.
Why
on the
we
first
must
day.
stay?
Yeah,
Why we must
because
stay?
I'm a good conversationalist. So as we conversate, it's not gonna. You're not
It's
gonna
not
feel
gonna
like you
be
pressured.
awkward.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
gotta
never gonna feel
flow.
like I'm pressured.
You know, it's
won't be
conversations have to
awkward.
flow. Because I know y'all been on dates when you just sitting there, you like, I don't know what I should say to this person, and it's like you trying to force the conversation.
Oh, if you gotta force
I'm
a
glad she
conversation,
said
there's no
that. Yeah.
conversation.
There's
I mean,
no
that's just
point.
a part of dating. You
Right.
know, so
I'm glad she said that
yeah,
though.
and it's like you should be able to. I should be able to ask you questions without you feeling like, not you personally, but without you feeling like, oh, she trying to marry me tomorrow. You know?
I feel like community, that was perfect because, and I'm going to get back to what you said, feeling in your spirit, but communication is essential in any relationship, even with our relationship with God. If we don't communicate with God, how can we know God?
Yeah.
If He don't communicate with us, you know what I'm saying? So communication is key. But when you say feeling in your spirit, this might sound awkward, but I feel like I already know who my wife is. When I start getting more in the presence with God, I started practicing celibacy for almost 2 years.
Praise
Now-
God. That's I'm
now-
gonna give you a
now-
clap for
hold
that.
on, don't clap just yet.
No,
Don't clap just
that's
yet.
it. That you can find a man that's
Now, I got
patience.
into a situationship. I started trusting in my flesh too much, and I started making provisions for my flesh, and I failed. I broke it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't a saint, but I am a man of Christ. My heart is with God. You know what I'm saying? And after all that, I started getting back into the presence with God and started following Him. And as I started going to church, I was like, man, you know what? I ain't looking for no female right now. I'm going to focus on what He want me to do. As far as ministry, getting my life right, doing what I need to do with my life and helping others or whatever I need to do, that the mission that He has for me. And it's this female that he put in my, he kept putting in my vicinity. And I was like, why does she keep being right here? Why does she keep being right here? It was awkward. That's why I made this song that we may play called Let Me Know. Because I felt in my spirit like God saying, that's for you. But I'm not going to give it to you just yet. Because I'm still working
That's
on
right.
it. But that's for you. I
right.
just want you to know.
That's right.
And the first time I ever talked to her, like, I ain't going to lie, I had butterflies and all. I was like, oh, nah, this ain't me. This ain't me. I ain't usually like this. I'm a smooth dude. I ain't like this. But the thing that was so different about her than any other female I ever met, I never looked at her once lustfully. I never could. Not lustfully. Any other female, I'm going to check her out from the bottom to the top.
Right.
Damn, that's a nice
Right.
piece right there. With her, I never did. I never could. Even if I tried, I never could. And my spirit was like, that's the one. I was like, God, why I can't get my hands on her? Because I'm still building you up. And I'm still building her up. That's why it's a weight. Because it may be something that He's trying to deal with me financially, mentally, spiritually, all the essential things of a relationship that He needs to build us up on as men. Before He gave Adam Eve, He gave Adam a garden to show him responsibility. So He needed Adam to take care of that garden to get his own. before he brought somebody else in his life.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing he do with us and with women. It may be her attitude, it may be anything, but you know what I'm saying? It's real.
That's
And
right.
he got to work with her with before we get into this relationship, because it can hinder it. And like I said, it's for his purpose. That's just like a father. As you have a father, if you got a daughter, you ain't gonna let your daughter mess with no knucklehead at all. Slim gonna have to come correct. And that's the same way with God our Father. He ain't gonna he cherish his daughters just like he cherished his sons. He not gonna put us in no situation where we gonna destroy ourselves or decrease, only to increase.
y'all wasn't ready for this conversation today, was you?
Uh-huh.
Y'all wasn't y'all wasn't ready.
Nah, it ain't that.
Okay.
Devil in the room.
Y'all
Not the
wasn't
devil, not the devil in the
Nah,
room.
it ain't no. We just breaking
But
bread.
it's just, that's
We just
right.
like
It's
brothers
right.
and
It's free.
sisters.
That's
That's
right.
Nothing wrong with it.
But
Nothing
you know
wrong
what?
with it.
But you know what he said? He said a key word, 2 words, the one. You know, the one. And I recently had to tell myself, because I found myself beating up on myself from my ex. And although we go through that after we leave abusive relationships, I found myself beating up on myself when I realized that yes, he was dating somebody else, right? And I had I had to talk to myself and say, you know what? You're not a bad person. You just weren't the one.
Yeah.
And I beat up on
Yeah.
myself because I was like, but I'm a good person. But
Okay,
you
let
know,
me say this.
but I wasn't
what
the
we
one.
know, what us women don't do, we don't forgive ourselves.
Right.
You know, and that can go with relationships or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even you ever did someone say something that you know may feel a little funny about afterwards.
Regretted.
Sometimes you just gotta say, you know what, I ain't really mean to do that. I forgive myself.
Right.
And you know, that's just like with dealing with other people, period, how people can come into your life and they got the negative on you, right? Something bad you did back in the past, right? But when you forgive yourself for that thing,
They can't
they
use
can't
that
they
thing.
can't use that thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I say to you, forgive yourself. It was a learning experience. You have to realize,
Yeah.
you know, what the lesson is, and that's with everybody through life. Every
Yeah.
day it's a lesson
It
that we have
really
to
is.
learn.
It really
You know, we
is.
got to be open to that lesson.
It really is because
Who-
if you don't deal with it or you kind of chop it up and deal with it, it's not. Yeah, it's just like sitting there.
Right.
So until you're right, until as women we do forgive ourselves to move on. And yeah, I really had to think about that. The one, I was like, okay, I just wasn't the one, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's okay. But
Because it was a learning lesson for him. Because you know, sometimes you find you be in a relationship with
Yeah.
somebody and it didn't work out and y'all break up, and then less than 6 months he didn't found the love of his life, or she didn't
Right.
find the love of her life, and you like, what about me?
Right.
It's not about you. He had to go through that with you to learn what was for him.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And to prepare you for the one.
Exactly.
I think that's sometimes the most hurtful thing, that we are used to better a person for the next. And I think that hurts us
That's
more
her.
than
That's
anything.
why I got to be. But we all being used.
Right.
You know what
It's
I'm
about
saying?
seasons.
Even as
though.
yeah.
It's about
It's a
seasons.
season,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's about
See,
seasons.
Some people come in your life for different things, different reasons.
Right.
When it's time to go, you don't want to let go.
Right.
Seasons
Right.
dictates that you gotta let go so
Right.
you could grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's what it's about. That's what life is about. You talk about God. That's how God works. When
Yeah.
people say they hear God, God don't talk to you like, hey, let me talk to you, Antoine. That's not how He works.
Right.
He works by revealing. He shows you things. And
Right.
your walk, you got to check yourself and be in tune with yourself to be in tune with God. You're
Real
not right.
business.
I find a lot of people. I grew up in a house with a pastor parents. McGowan and Tate, my parents were around 50 years.
Right.
My father was a pastor with a big church. And I find a lot of people run to God when they got problems internally with themselves.
Right.
They try to hone to God to make it right and make other people look at them right. But
Right.
you got to be right within yourself first and foremost. So with the way God talks to you is as you move and you do things within His will, and you take one step, He take 2 steps, and He shows you by whatever you do, it starts working perfectly.
Right.
That's how God works.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
When you walk in the way that God wants you to work, it's no friction
Yeah.
in life with nothing, with people or with things, because you walk in His path.
Right.
But dealing with women, you can't put God in that focus because God never wanted you to be married in the first place.
Right.
He said let you be married because you burn with passion. So in knowing that, He wants you to have one woman. He don't want you to be out here being gay or being
Right,
like, you know.
right.
Celibacy is a period of getting yourself together.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what celibacy is for.
Self-control.
Celibacy is some people say, oh, you
Self-control,
celibate, I respect
right.
it. Celibacy is a period to get yourself together, to purify the mind, your temple, you. That's what celibacy is for. So I just wanted to add that because I heard you say some things. I've been just waiting to say something.
That's real. Denying your flesh. That's real.
So that
Submitting
other
to
parts
God.
of you can grow. That's what
Right.
celibacy is for. Not so you don't have sex. So
Right.
you can be together as whole, as a man, as a person. Because The reason God made Eve, because Adam was bored, he was lonely.
Right.
He was in the garden. So God gave him, he said he did not make, he made woman for man, not man for woman.
Right,
That's
right.
what the scriptures say, for
Right.
a reason. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Right. I understand that. I definitely
So-
understand that.
So we're gonna go ahead and take a break, but I definitely, when we come back, we can definitely pick up on where would you guys like to pick up on where we
Let me know.
because I think we kind of didn't answer a couple of things, but we are definitely we can agree that the common denominator here is God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it
That's
is.
spiritual. Okay, that's the common denominator.
Yes, it
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and when we go to break, we're gonna listen to Antonio's song "Let Me Know." Is that the name of the song?
Yes,
Antonio?
ma'am.
We're gonna listen to Antonio's song "Let Me Know." So, all right, be back.
So, when you got the headphones on,
Mhm.
I think 'cause you got headphones on, you talk like really loud, just to let you know.
Oh, I'm too loud.
No, I'm just saying you was like, 'cause I know how it is when you have headphones on, when
Yeah.
you're talking on the phone, you
He's so
sometimes you're
loud.
louder than what you think you are.
Oh, okay. All right.
You wasn't too loud.
Because I'm loud by nature. That's how I am.
Oh,
Period.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm,
he's
I'm
loud.
live.
Yeah.
I'm real loud. I'm real loud. It ain't pop up?
I'm getting Tony.
You-
You want me to go to SoundCloud? Cause I
You
got
can.
your
I mean, it should pop. It gotta be. It's something small that.
Can you play it? Do you have
Let me
Bluetooth?
see. You can go to YouTube.
Chris over
Open
there
this tab right here.
want to do
Devil is
him.
in the
Chris,
building.
Chris want to do
Devil
him. Like he
representing
want
for the
her to
man
do
that just
her
wanna have fun.
and him to do him.
It's, look, it's not the fact that just everybody do you. It's like,
So,
I know you have friends. I'm not saying all you gotta do is go out with me. Because I'm going to go out with my homies. I'm going to go out with my
Oh
friends.
no, not homies. Yeah,
But
homies.
I,
yeah,
no,
you
but
have-
I, no, but I have female friends too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we just tight like that.
Oh yeah, but see that's just a
That's
part
a
of understanding who
friend,
you
yeah,
are
yeah,
and what you
yeah.
bring to the table. Like, listen, I have female friends that I go hang out with, and the woman that choose to be with you gonna have to accept that,
Right.
and I give you gripe over
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and I'm the type of dude.
So-
I don't go out with who you want to, as long as you. I know you coming home to me. I ain't
And you know that's what we said last week, right? To make sure that your mate has a hobby. Because if your mate doesn't have a hobby, he'll make you his hobby.
And I'm gonna
And
say
you,
it all
have,
the time.
and you have to make sure that your mate is secure in
In
your
the
relationship.
relationship.
You can't be walking around here not giving your mate what
That's
they
right.
need, but giving every other person what they need. Then you're not going to have a good relationship.
'Cause I'm gonna give you just
That's
enough
where the
room behind
5 love
yourself.
languages come in.
Exactly.
Y'all heard that book, The
Yes.
5 Love
What
yes.
is it?
The 5 love languages.
Have I heard that?
Yeah, and see that's big.
So-
It's because you gotta know how to love the person that you're with.
Yeah, so
Because just because what you may love or what somebody how you show your love may not be how I look at it. I'm gonna do something. I want something different.
Right.
You may like the gift of service, doing things and everything. So you try to do that to me, and I'm like,
that ain't what I like
oh
to
no,
do.
honey, you better talk about you. I'm beautiful and you adore me every time you come to the door, and you know.
you like words of affirmation.
Yes, I do.
See, the thing is, this is how you figure out the other person's love language. Or you figure out yours. What is it you like doing for your mate?
Yeah.
That's what you really want done for you.
Uh-huh.
You know.
And that's how you know what you
So if
want.
you like to buy
Gifts and
gifts
stuff.
all the time,
Uh-huh.
that's really your love language. You like gifts.
Uh-huh. So you want your mate to bring you
acts of
gifts.
service. You like
Yeah.
doing stuff for people. That most likely you want somebody to do something for you. And it's like that spirit thing. You feel it in your spirit, like my hand shit in the cup. And it's not sex. It's like love.
But like this always touching you. Hey,
Yeah,
boo.
you know, I feel love like it.
What's your name? Tanya. I'm Sherry. Oh, okay. I'm Sherry. I'm his cousin.
Most likely yours ain't gonna be the same.
Right.
Not gonna
But
be the
that's
same.
where what you said at first come into play, communication. Communication. Now there's some things you just have to observe. Us as men and women too. We just have to observe and be like, oh, that's what she like. Oh, that's what she takes to, or that's what make her smile. Okay. But communication more than anything, because sometimes that's where the biggest misunderstandings and breakups come from. Oh, well, you should have knew. You
Yeah.
should have already
You-
did that.
uh-huh.
Well, I
Why
know.
can't I say you did?
Exactly. And that's
Not
what
a mind reader.
Not a
Yeah.
mind reader.
See
We
what
have
you
to
want.
But some
communicate.
people don't know how to
Communicate.
And that's
If
why
you
you
gotta
need
write
to
it
wait.
down,
That's why you
write
need
it
to wait.
down.
But
That's
how
why
many-
you
how many
need to
times
wait.
does she have to say it? If she said it,
Yeah.
and then you continually don't.
Now that's
do it.
yeah, that's a
But
big
no, but
difference.
hold on.
That's a big
Hold on.
difference.
Because
This
you
could
do
be the-
have men that do that.
Yeah.
You can tell them what you want, and you a feet, or a man can tell a woman what he wants.
Right.
But if you choose to do what you want,
That's
so
real.
it's defeating the purpose.
I've been
Yeah.
guilty of that many times.
And you know
And
another
men do
thing?
that a lot.
Yeah, you
I've
know
been
what?
guilty of
Because
that.
a lot of people, us as people, we go into a relationship with people already not wanting to be in relationship with people. We already going in already saying I can't trust no woman.
Yeah.
I can't trust
Yeah.
no man.
Yeah.
All of them do this, all of them do that. And you trying to be in a relationship with somebody and already subconsciously you already got a brick wall up.
Right.
To do nothing, to add nothing, to bring nothing, to continually do you.
Trying to be in a relationship for the conveniency, but still having a single mindset.
Yeah.
That's real. I've been in them
Yeah.
situationships. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well,
Definitely. That's real.
That's true. The single mindset. That's definitely true. So when we come back, I'm gonna go around the table and I'm gonna ask each of you a question, and then we'll start from there. Because I'm sure it's gonna go into a conversation.
all right.
That's what I mean.
I like this song, Tone.
I do too. I
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna lie. I've been single for a long time, so that's all I know.
Yeah.
I got friends, we kick it, we hang out. Deuces. I go about my business, do what I gotta do. You do you.
Yeah, some people just
But you're not
comfortable with it.
dating.
But
But
when
you're
you
not
go
dating.
into a relationship, when you meet someone, is that how you lay it out to them?
I'm just an easygoing type dude
No,
when it
no,
comes
no,
to
no,
it.
no.
Someone like
If-
want to be
if we
married to that
decided
easy
to
laid
go
back
out.
dude.
Do you say, I'm not looking for a relationship. We're just friends. You do you, I do you, we hang out when we hang out. Or are you stringing them along
Not
to
necessarily,
think
like-
that they're going into a
Not
relationship?
necessarily.
I had,
Not
I had my friend.
necessarily.
I had my friend from Rhode Island that moved down, or whatever. I don't have any kids. She had kids, so when she moved down, she was saying that she was moving down because she wanted a better life, or whatever. So I'm like, cool, I got your back. Whatever money or this, that, and the third, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We can work this out together. But she had her place. I had mine. I've
were you
never
still
lived with a
seeing
woman
anyone
before.
else?
I've never had a
Were you
relationship
still
like that
seeing
before.
anyone else?
Nah.
Okay.
No, I had my friends, but I wasn't seeing them. You know, I'm hanging out.
Okay, so we're
Oh.
back. Hey,
Oh, Snoop.
time for a change. We just heard
We back.
Antonio's Let Me Know. You can find it where?
You can find it on YouTube, Tone Butter, Let Me Know. Or you can find it on SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram. Just go to Tone Butter. Anything that say Real Business Ministries or Real Business or Tone Butter, the smooth guy, that's me.
Yes, that was
Okay.
nice.
Real
That was
business.
nice.
Get your
Definitely gotta
t-shirt
check that
too.
out.
Hit me up, get a free t-shirt.
So
Played it again.
So I'm gonna go around the table real quick, and I'm just gonna ask a question, and I'm quite sure we'll get into a conversation. So, Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
what are men looking for in a woman?
Oh, well, I can't speak for all men. I'm gonna speak for myself. What I'm looking for in a woman, I'm looking for a woman with godly attributes. I'm looking for a woman who loves Jesus more than anything. I'm looking for a woman who has high standards. I'm looking for a woman who's going to be who loves herself. I'm looking for a woman who's going to love me with all her heart. You know what I mean? And not be in it halfway. If we're going to come together, we got to be in this thing whole way. Because she is a whole and I'm a whole. But once we come together, we just going to make a powerful impact. I'm looking for a woman who has her head on straight, her mind on right, who knows what she want out of life, who don't take no trash. You know, I want a woman who's like, I think my special, what is, I want a woman with a golden heart and a strong prayerful spirit. That's going to pray for me, that's going to cover me like I'm going to cover her.
I know that's
going
right.
to keep me focused when I get off focus, because though I'm a man, I still lose focus and I get distracted. I want a woman who's going to sustain me, you know what I mean, because my flesh is still weak. So I definitely need a woman who's going to sustain me, and I need a woman who's going to instill godly morals and godly values in our children as well as me, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for in a woman. I don't know what everybody else looking for.
Y'all heard that? Y'all better get right. Find the right ones. Yes, Lord. Find the right ones.
Go ahead, Sister Sharon.
Yes. Going out here find these knuckleheads. You better find your brother that's talking right. Okay? Not talking about what weed he gonna smoke and if he gonna share it with you and all that. You better get right.
And then what? Hold. It ain't. Let me back up with the weed. It ain't all this because they smoking weed. Don't mean that they are a bad product.
Yeah.
Because I know some good brothers out here
that
will get down with the best of the weeds and they still on point doing what
That's
they
where I
gotta do.
come
That's
from.
not what I
I'm
said.
honest.
No,
I'm honest. That's where I come from. That's where I come from.
See what I mean? The conversation always go left. That ain't even what I said.
I heard what you said.
I heard what you said.
And I'm so cool and chill. I don't even smoke, but you can smoke in my house. I don't even care.
All right, party at Shirley's house.
Turn up.
So, Georgette, tell me, what are you looking for in a man?
What I'm looking for is a godly man, someone who can lead. You know,
That's a good one.
I've been independent. I don't like using that word anymore because it's so many women misuse it. You know, we're not here to be leading nothing. You know, we here to be our husband's helpmate.
Okay.
You know, he's supposed to be in the front. I'm behind. So when he falls short, I got him.
Amen.
You know, but ultimately it's on him. You know, I want somebody who can protect me, I can feel protected with, provided for, and professes his love. Because I truly believe my husband should love me more than I love him. You know,
That's what my grandma always said.
And I say that because it's too many times I've loved somebody more than they love me, and I'm single.
That's crazy.
I feel that.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been through it, so I know exactly how at a young age.
That's powerful you say that because my grandma used to always say that to all us girls. When you're looking at a guy out here, you make sure that he loves you more than you love him. Don't keep chasing the one that you going after.
That's
Right, right,
Because you're going to always be chasing.
right.
She said you will always be chasing.
All right, Chris. Now you done had time now.
The devil doesn't want
The devil wears black in here today, y'all. That's on the DeMarco Solo t-shirt. He's in here
I
representing.
know DeMarco
Shout out
Solo
to
would
DeMarco
not want
Solo.
that advertisement. DeMarco's like,
I
no.
don't know. I thought about it, but then I didn't think about it. I'm the type of dude, I just go through life and whatever's put in front of me, I just try to deal with it or whatever. But if anything that I would like in my mate is somebody that has the same interests as me. I guess I can look at it as my homie. I can hang around with the fellas and her. We go hit some concerts or whatever. We could even, chill at home or whatever. Get down when we want to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I guess all around. I guess what they call a homie, lover, friend, or something like that. I guess something like that. But,
That's honest, though. That's honest.
But that's what it's about, the communication and the honesty.
Right.
Because there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever that your opinion of what you want for you.
Right.
That's it.
Just like success looks different for different people.
Yeah.
So your relationship is going to look different for you.
That's why you can't compare your relationship to nobody else. Looking through that glass ceiling or wall, trying to look at somebody else's relationship, and you don't even really know what's going on in that relationship. You don't know what they're doing.
behind
So
closed doors, it's totally different.
yeah, so you have your own picture of what that looks like for you, because that's the only thing you can compare it to.
I wanted to get married so bad when I got saved because it was so new to me. I'm like, dang, I believe in marriage now. I want my wife now. Like, I want her now. And God, well, I'm not even going to say God allowed me to go through it. I end up in a little situation with a female. And we was basically, we was kind of shacking up because I was there all the time. Only thing was all my stuff wasn't there. And she was staying with me at one point in time. But that's when I kind of fell back more from God. And I started, and he showed me, God will never allow you to be played. That's one thing about God. He will show you signs. But like, I forgot who said that, is we stay in it too long enough, and we know. Our mind know, but our heart still attached. And that be when we get doing our thing with them and sexual and all the emotions, that attachment, and it's hard to break. The only person who can break it gracefully is God, but we take it in our own hands. And I got into it with this female, and we started dealing with each other for like 2 years, and I fell for it. Didn't expect it, but we was cool. We was like homies. We was chilling. We was going to church together in the beginning. Everything was good. It was sweet beginnings, bitter endings type of thing. And I realized how far I got away from God because all my focus got on her. Instead of staying focused, like you said, lead. Instead of leading, I got all emotional and stuff with her, and it was like, that's when it was like I gave her my strength, and she took it, she whooped me for it. She made me pay for it. Now I got into a relationship with this person, and I'm not saying she's a bad person at all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a bad person, but we both wasn't perfect. We both were unfinished products who didn't know what we wanted, but we know we wanted something. And you know, the sexual intercourse was great. You know, so it was everything fleshly. Everything we desired that was fleshly. Everything that was not God.
Like operating
it was
out
lust.
of flesh will get you in trouble.
It's temporary. It runs out.
Yeah.
Her feelings for me ran out, and she became. What you ever heard of that? What is it? A narcissist?
Yeah.
Narcissistic.
Narcissistic.
Man, that thing tore me up because it was like, who are you? It flipped like, who are you? But God was like, this is what I was trying to tell you.
Right. I'm
This
trying
is
to
exactly
tell you.
why I told you,
That's right.
don't put your thing up in it. Because you don't know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Right now,
you got
she...
your soul tie.
Exactly.
You got your soul ties
It's
going
like,
on.
she don't know who she want. She's still trying to find herself.
Yeah.
But she see you a godly man, and you going to church, and you practice as a... You look like a meal.
Yeah.
You look like a hot meal.
Yeah.
But she don't know that I'm still preparing you. So we took it upon ourselves, and I learned a hard lesson, but I'm thankful for it now because it made me wiser, it made me stronger, and it showed me to not let God's hand go in this walk of life.
Yes.
Let me hold on to you because that's the only way you're going to guide me into the right place and to the right people.
I feel
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Real
it.
business.